Hey hatters! I decided to give you a longer version of what I said on Instagram. So as you already know, it's no doubt of a lie that 2024 was a very tough year for me, as I struggled in a few areas, but most of my struggles were to do with my mental health and burnout. I knew that 2024 would be a tough year, as I started the year off crying because there hasn't been change in my life for years, like having a non-existent love life, or even one coming into bloom. Yay! Single for about 10 years, what makes you question, am I the problem? And feeling lonely, as my friends are more like acquaintances, as we only hang out while doing shows. But this wasn't the only thing that has got me down this year. My finances were very low and no prospects of a job, no matter how many interviews I went to. But my dad really wanted me to go on a holiday with my sister, so I had to scrape all the money that I could for a whole year to go on my first cruise in November. January, I found myself a job that paid basically nothing for me to deliver catalogues to people in my area. The amount of money that I was earning per week didn't even cover the petrol it cost to drive to pick up the catalogues or deliver them. All the money I did earn, including some Centrelink payments, went into paying for the cruise. It also took out 2 to 3 days of just delivering them, plus a few nights just to roll them all up, which made me not prioritise my uni work, resulting in making me very stressed. The only benefit about this job was that I was getting exercise and fresh air, even though it almost destroyed my back in the process. As you know, my back is not that great with the scoliosis, because carrying bags of catalogues are heavier than you think. However, I got rid of it in June, as my schedule ended up being so busy I didn't even have time to do any type of job, especially one that was taking up basically the whole week. I still ended up doing my seasonal Maya's Santaland elf job again in December, but this time it was much better than the first time I did it the year before. I'm starting 2025 jobless, but my business has been booming since July. Not enough to pay me a wage, but enough to cover the business bills and supplies, which is fantastic. March of 2024 was when the year tumbled downhill drastically. It was 3 days after performing in plays by her rules, as my pop passed, which was hard to deal with on top of all my assignments being due soon, plus a letterbox delivery job. We knew Pop was sick and wasn't getting better, but it's hard to grieve and continue living life at the same time. The family drama that came afterwards for months was stressful too. Then a week later, I had my first major breakdown of the year. It was in class. I ran out of the room crying, mainly because of the people I thought I knew changed, and people were leaving me, and I no longer felt safe in my happy place, which was being at the theatre. It really messed me up, and I couldn't get out of this extremely anxious state of my mental mind games that came with the constant nightmares, hardly sleeping, and not feeling safe. My hobbies of reading and crafting got put on hold, including performing outside of uni, which made it worse as I couldn't escape the real-life drama. I then realised I needed a support group, which I then created of some of the people I trusted at uni who knew what I was going through and whom I could lean on to help a lot during my first semester of the year. Even today, I reach out to a couple of them when things turn sour, but I hope 2025 will be much better for me. Once the nightmares slowed, I needed a distraction, so I hurled myself back into performing, which resulted me in doing one performance every second month in 2024, which I don't regret, and consider this more of as a highlight, as it was an outlet for me, as I needed to escape reality and just perform, or just being at the theatre, to watch a show, to just forget. I watched 10 performances, which include Big Fish, Australian rock musical, Away, American Psycho, Chicago, The Sound of Music, Jesus Christ Superstar, Hamilton, The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, and Treasure Island. I performed in a total of 6 theatre shows, which includes Peter Pan, Play by Her Rules, Maryland, Boots the Panto, Play by The Rules, and Hyena. I also helped out with the costumes and quick changes for the Cinderella musical. In July, during one of the Boots full show run rehearsals, I had my second major breakdown of the year, as nothing was working with organising the program, as everything I did, it was wrong, and along with making presents and merch to sell for the show. Luckily, it was during uni holidays, but it was still so overwhelming. When it was my time to dance, I let out all my frustration on stage. It was an angry and high energy song, so I don't think anyone noticed that much. At the end of 2024, I was forced to take a break from acting, as I didn't want to, but it was definitely a break I needed to take, including going on the cruise, as burnout was setting in, and I would be tired all the time, and I would fall asleep in lectures. Performing this year is one of the few highlights I do have about 2024, working with the people I love, my friends, and being at my second home. Another highlight of 2024 was my 25th birthday party, being surrounded by people whom loved me. It was so much fun hosting this party and everyone learning a bit more about me in trivia. I also started to hang out with my friends outside of class and the theatre, which reassured me that I am valued. I have noticed randomly throughout 2024 and at the start of 2025 that my friends are saying I love you, and I'm saying it back without questioning it, as 2024 has been very gloomy and dark. I'm glad 2024 is over, as it felt so long, almost 2 years with everything that has happened. I hope 2025 will bring a lot more joy and happiness to myself and to my friends and family, with less real life drama and more drama on the stage. See you soon. I hope you like this video, and subscribe to my channel if you're new.